Good morning, everybody. Josh Mensinger here. I am a partner at Search Solution Group. Today's webinar is all about why to use a recruitment firm like ours. Again, partner at Search Solution Group. I lead our HR and Total Rewards team. You probably see a lot of our posts and activity out there in the LinkedIn world about all the great searches that we're working on. Been doing this for over 7 years now. Here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and excited to talk to you guys about the benefits of partnering with a recruitment firm. So to talk a little bit about the topics we'll be covering today, we'll do a little overview of SSG. We'll talk about why companies use recruitment firms and when it makes sense, what's included in the recruitment process when using a recruitment firm, how to choose the right recruitment firm for your organization, and how, as a hiring manager, TA professional, or HR professional, how do you pitch using a recruitment firm to your team? A little bit about us. We were founded in 2002. We're located right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're nationwide, serving all 50 states. We have industry-specific recruiters across accounting and finance, HR, engineering, IT, marketing, business development, the list goes on, and we have over 100 employees. Since 2002, we've made over 10,000 placements, and we're a full-service recruitment firm, meaning we have 3 different divisions: direct hire, staffing, and executive, and we'll get more into that later. Our divisions: Search Solution Group, direct hire, specializing in recruitment and headhunting full-time employees. Search Solution Group, executive, where myself and my team live. We specialize in recruiting and headhunting top talent for more senior executive niche type of positions. And then last but not least, our Search Solution Staffing division, which specializes in filling temporary, contract, and contract to hire positions. We're privately owned and fast growing. We've won numerous awards over the years. Some recent ones were Best and Brightest, Forbes Best Recruiting Firms, and the fastest growing private companies on the Inc. 5000 list. Some of the areas of expertise, as I mentioned before, you'll see them here: accounting and finance, marketing, human resources, sports and entertainment, operations and manufacturing, and the list goes on. So, what you're all here for: why do companies use recruitment firms, and when does it make sense? Well, one of the biggest things for why you use a recruitment firm is to get your time back. Time is money. We are all extremely busy. Your managers don't want to be doing the recruitment. They want to be doing what you hired them to do, their jobs, leaving that work to us. You're going to be able to hire the right candidate faster. On average, our team is able to place from start to finish a candidate in 36 days for our priority level, retained level searches. For a contingent level search, that's 44 days. This is going to save your team time and effort finding that right candidate and filling that role as quickly as possible. Access to a much larger pool of specialized and high quality talent. There's passive and active candidates in the market. Our team, recruitment firms in general, are usually going to be going after those passive candidates. We have a team of dedicated headhunters that are not relying on job boards. A lot of internal recruitment firms are going to have to rely on their ATS system, the job boards, the applicants, and so forth. We are going to go after those specialized, highly sought after, passive candidates that aren't telling anyone that they're in the market. We're going to convince them that your company is the next great opportunity for them. Market intel. We're constantly talking to different candidates. We're learning about market trends. We're learning about what a competitive salary looks like, what a competitive salary doesn't look like, candidate motivation. We're constantly talking to the candidates throughout the entirety of the search process, getting that intel from them that they may not share with your team, but they're willing to share with a recruiting firm, They're building that relationship with the external recruiter on our team, and we're going to get that intel and we're going to be able to share it with your team so you can utilize it in your decision-making process. Recruiting is the only thing we do. It's our number one priority all day, every day, all week. Whereas your team is trying to do a little bit of recruiting and all the other responsibilities on your plate, this is what we get up every day to do. When we step in the door, we are recruiting. Your positions are our number one priority from start to finish. We also offer some additional services, background checks, professional assessments, and diversity, inclusion, and equity servicing. So these things are additional services that are free of charge. We can offer them more a la carte. If you need them, great. If not, that's fine as well. Next thing we want to talk about is, if you know the why, you need to know the when. When does a recruitment firm make sense? You have a specialized position you need to fill, niche, that engineering role there's only 15 people in your state that do that job, or the role has an incredibly low unemployment rate to where there's really no applicants out in the market actively looking. They're all employed. You need to hire quickly. You lost somebody on your team last week. You have an upcoming retirement. Your organization is restructuring. We're going to be able to jump on those super fast. You have a confidential replacement. Those get tricky. Someone's in the role, they need to be replaced. Your team may not be able to know about it due to the confidential nature. The TA team's not allowed to know, or the greater HR team isn't allowed to know, or whatever that may be. We work on confidential searches all the time, and we're able to navigate those with our clients to get the right candidate in discreetly. Your internal recruitment team is stretched thin. Let's be honest, all recruiting teams are stretched a little bit thin in this market. It's a tough market. You have a great team. They're working on the searches that they're allotted, but at times they get stretched thin, and you need that additional partner to help you fill that search. You have someone on your team that is going on maternity or paternity leave. That's a great opportunity for a staffing firm or a staffing division to help you find that person for a short-term need. Or you have a massive hiring project. You're launching a new location, a new branch, you're relocating the firm, whatever it may be, and you need a huge volume of talent. Your team may not be able to do all of that on their own. You need to outsource. Bring on a firm. Hey, fill 50 of these positions, fill 100 of these positions in the next 60 days. Those are all things that make sense for when bringing on a recruitment firm like ours. What is included in the recruitment process when using a recruitment firm? Great question. So our firm, we work on a very simplified process. First thing we're going to do is schedule a meeting with your team. That meeting is crucial to understand exactly what you're looking for, so we can put together a specialized, personalized hiring plan for you and your team. From there, we're going to go to the market. We're going to find that talent that you need and vet the candidates before you ever see them. Once we send them to you, they're going to be pre-vetted. We're going to send you a write-up of why they're a good fit, what they've done in their career, salary insights, motivation insights, LinkedIn profiles, location details. It's extensive, but the more information, the better, and you're going to receive that. That way, at the end of the day, you'll be able to hire with confidence, as it says right here, and make that decision, get that person onboarded. We'll be there through that whole process, negotiations, onboarding, making sure that they start on day one. Some other things that are included in the process, that salary analysis, as I mentioned, job descriptions. We can help partner with you. You've got a new role or a newly created position that an old job description from 2008 isn't quite cutting it. we'll be able to partner with your team utilizing other searches that we've worked on, other job descriptions we built to make sure that you're putting together a job description that's going to help attract the best talent. Sourcing, obviously, that's what we do day in and day out. Our expert recruiters that are specialized in their area of expertise will be sourcing, going after those passive candidates. Resume vetting, I think that goes without being said. We're certainly going to be reviewing resumes. We're going to get those resumes in front of you and make sure you're getting the best resumes possible. On average, our clients are only receiving the top 7% of all applicants. So we're going to ensure that that pool is much greater, that you're getting those candidates that you're not even aware of. And then selection consulting. We're going to help you choose the right candidate. We're going to give you insights on how they've acted throughout the process, things that they're telling us that they may not be telling you, insights into their motivation. We also have assessments. We can assign assessments to these candidates and help review those and make sure you're making the right decision. So, how do you choose the right recruitment firm for your organization? This is a crucial part because there's a lot out there. There's a lot of different options, a lot of different firms that offer different levels of service, different levels of specialty. So let's dive into that. Questions to ask. What type of recruitment service are you in need of? Staffing, executive search, general direct hire. What firm size would be best for your need? A small local firm, more of a mid-size regional, or a large global multinational firm? Do you need a firm that specializes in your industry or department? Do you prefer a split desk firm or a full desk firm? We'll cover more of that in a second. And would you benefit from a headhunting focused firm? So what type of recruitment firm? Staffing firm. So this is a firm that you're looking to fill a role probably yesterday, maybe today, needed someone tomorrow because you either lost someone and you need to fill it immediately regardless of it's direct hire or temporary. Maybe you have someone that's going on leave for illness, paternity, maternity leave, or it's just a short-term project to fill in the gaps on the team. That is where a staffing firm is going to be able to supply that for you. They have the necessary infrastructure set up to be able to put someone in that seat for a 2-month, 3-month, 6-month time frame. They bring that person on their payroll. They save you the hassle of insurances and benefits and all of that. So that person just shows up, does the work, goes home, and it's super simple for your group. A general search firm, more of a contingency firm, they're going to specialize more in manager level down to entry level searches. These aren't executives, these aren't directors, they're not super niche, more broad in scope. Then you have your executive retained search firms that are going to focus more on directors, senior directors, VPs, SVPs, and C-suite searches. Some firms are very siloed in staffing or general contingency or executive retain. Some firms are able to offer multiple divisions to be able to be a one-stop shop to point you in that direction within the same umbrella, which is how we operate. Able to give you that partnership and cover the needs across the gamut. A little bit more about the size of the firm. So you can, again, go with a local small firm. Some of the pros of that will be that you're able to work with one person or a very small team specifically dedicated to your search. Cons likely are that the resources and bandwidth could be limited, as well as that specialized recruitment team may not be available. Medium-sized firms typically are going to have a good balance of dedicated resources and specialized teams, but not so large that you aren't receiving the level of quality service. Some cons may be that you don't have a local branch near you. There might not be an office in Nashville because they're headquartered somewhere else. Our team, we're in Charlotte. We specialize in working with clients nationwide, but we don't necessarily have an office down the road to go meet in person. Large multinational firms, pros could be extensive resources dedicated to your search and most likely will have a specialized team for that search. Cons, however, the larger firms you're working with hundreds and hundreds of clients at the same time, so you may not be able to get the same level of service and attention as some of the smaller firms. Do you need a firm that specializes in your industry or department? So general firms, a lot of times you'll work with them and they've got no real true specialty. They may say they're able to work on an accounting search, an HR search, an IT search, and so on. And sometimes that works depending on the level of the search, the urgency, the industry, and so forth. Whereas other firms are going to be highly specialized. We are an IT recruitment firm. We are a finance recruitment firm. We are an HR recruitment firm. And the benefits of that are typically that you're really going to have a team working with you that knows that space. They know the lingo. They have a network within that space, whether it's finance or HR or IT. So they're not going into a search uneducated. They're not pretending to know about HR when really they don't know the latest thing in the world of HR or don't know how to spell accounting, much less find a senior accountant. Our team, we're able to be somewhat of a hybrid where we do offer a lot of recruitment services, but we still have the teams that only work in those areas. Our accounting and finance team only works on accounting and finance jobs. They know that space. They're trained in that space. They build up a network in that space. We also have an HR recruitment team that I lead. They only work HR jobs, total rewards, talent management, org development, compensation, benefits, learning and development. They know that space. Whereas other firms that are more broad and general, yeah, they might be able to jump on an HR manager or a generalist search, but if you tell them to lead a search for your senior director of total rewards, probably not going to be the most efficient use of your resources to partner with a more general services firm like that. Split desks versus full desks. This may be something that you're not super familiar with, but it certainly exists in the industry. A full desk recruiter or a full desk recruitment firm is one person running the whole show. They are the recruiter. They are the account manager. They are the business development person. They are closing the candidate. They're doing everything. So a pro of that is that you're working with one person. You don't have to chase anybody else down. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You're working with that one person. However, working with that one person, their time is split all over the place. That one person is, again, doing the client and account management. They're doing the candidate management. They're doing the new business development, and they're recruiting. I don't know about you, but if I am partnering with a firm, I am spending money for recruiting services, I want to know that the recruiters are recruiting. The account manager that is working with me is solely dedicated to account managing. So that's where a split desk recruitment firm comes into place. That is how we operate. Pros is that you're partnering with one person dedicated to the success of you as a client of your account. They're not recruiting. They are dedicated to you and the success of the account, and they're working with the recruiters to ensure that things go smoothly. That's how we operate, split desk. And we even take it one step further where we have a business development team, account development team, and a recruiting team. So we have a team that is selling, doing new business development, but once that's established, we have an account development team that is going to be your dedicated resource for the entirety of the search, making sure that things go smoothly, making sure that communication is effective, and then we have our recruiting team that specializes in that search that's going to only recruit every single day. General recruiting versus headhunting. General recruitment is going to be more network-based, job boards, applicants, active candidates. That's fine. Headhunting recruitment, which is the majority of where our candidates come from, these are passive candidates. They're not on job boards. They're not flagging their LinkedIn that they're open. No one knows if they're truly in the market until you approach them, headhunt them. That talent pool is a lot more difficult to bring on, and that's why you need the resources that are going to continue to go after them. A lot of times it's not that first attempt, it's not the second attempt, it's the third attempt, it's the follow-up call, it's the email, it's finding out where they work and all of that that really is able to grab their attention and tell them about our client and the great opportunity that they're able to offer. So you've learned the why and the when, and you know you want to partner with a firm. How do you approach your boss or leadership team about using a firm? We understand that a lot of times that is the biggest barrier. You as the hiring manager, you as the HR leader or the TA leader, yes, I want to partner with this firm. However, my boss isn't going to approve it, or we've never used a firm before. Those types of things, we hear it every single day. Every single day we hear that. So these are some things that you can think about and be prepared, because that most likely is going to happen. But hopefully from some of the things you've learned today, as well as thinking about the cost of a bad hire. Your team goes, puts all these resources in, you're stretched thin, you make a hire, and it's not the right person. That costs thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in resources on the front end of that to find the person, onboard them, give them the tools, give them their supplies, train them, all of that, and then come to find out that they don't work out. This plagues the industry as far as bad hires go. We're going to be able to access candidates that your team isn't. Pure and simple. We have a network that we've built for years and years and years, and it's fine that your team doesn't have the same network. We go into these types of searches with that partnership approach. It's not us versus you. It's not the firm versus the TA team. It's a true partnership. Your team has plenty of searches on their plate. They're focused in certain areas. Allow our team to take on some of that, spread the bandwidth a little bit, and allow your team to focus on what they're specialized in, and our team focus on what we're specialized in, and open up that candidate pool. All right, y'all, we are nearing the end of today's webinar. Shortly, we'll jump into a Q&A, so if you want to start adding some questions into the comments below, we'll get to those in just a minute. At this point, you know more about the why to use a recruitment firm, the when to use a recruitment firm, and now it's time for you to partner with a firm, but you may not know how to approach your boss or your leadership to get that approved. This happens all the time. We know those conversations can be difficult. Sometimes they can go awry. Let us partner with you, bring us into those discussions, and let us explain why we are beneficial to your team, explain the process, explain the investment, and help you get it across the finish line. Something to note, everything that you heard today will be sent out to you via email. We really appreciate you jumping on, appreciate you listening to me talk about all these things. And now I'm going to turn it over to our question and answer portion. Put those in the comments below. My assistant will be reading some of those out, and we're happy to talk through them. Thanks again.